Hi there guys, it's Baxter from GNC Newcastle here, and in this video I'm actually going to touch a bit of a sore subject, I would say. The question is cardio necessary for fat loss? Now, there's many different types of cardio, such as like long steady state, long slow duration cardio. You've got interval training, HIIT training, you've got many, you've got spin classes, all those different things. Now, what they say on the tin is it helps burn calories. It helps, tone you up, gets you sweaty, gets you sore, and keeps you fit. And I use fit. Now, okay, we'll break those down. So, it says it burns calories. No question. That's definitely, it burns calories. However, it only burns calories while you train, not after. So, for instance, you may burn 200 calories in a run, but that's it, you stop. As soon as you feed, you replenish those calories. With weight training, you might burn only 50, like during the session of like maybe an hour session, or maybe more. I'm just saying, just using that as a representative. But after, you actually burn calories up to 72 hours after that workout. So, because your body's actually repairing. So, to say that cardio is good for burning calories is not actually true. It's actually, you're going to burn more calories with weight training. Now, also, what I'd like to touch on is the bike in the gym, the treadmill, the cross trainer, all those different machines actually are modelled on a 6-foot guy, male, who's 80 kilos, 81, 82 kilos. Now, that means that all your results, even though you type them in, all your results are invalid. They're not actually a true reflection of how many calories you burn. The only way you can actually do that is get a mask on and you do like a proper test, but you only get that when you're at elite level, or unless you've got loads of money. Now, that means that you're not burning the same calories that you think you are. So say, for instance, you finish a run and you've burned 400 calories. Well, actually, it's probably more like 200. But what a lot of people do is they go home and they think, well, I've burnt 400 calories. I can have that cake, or I can have that Snickers bar, or whatever it is. That's how it works. And unfortunately, that's where a lot of people go wrong. Now, also, advertising. It can be an advertising myth. Come and join this class, do this boot camp. You're going to burn 700 calories in an hour or 45 minutes. It's a lot of crap. Like, that really is just selling hype. Now, don't get me wrong, as a PT outside of this, I probably would do that to generate business. That's how any good advertising person works. But I'm too truthful for that. So the only way you can burn 700 calories in 45 minutes is to put a pizza in the oven and burn it. There's no other way to burn it that quickly. So don't believe all of that. Now, the other thing, tones you up. Now, what is tone? There's no such thing. Actually, there is no such thing. You can only grow or shrink your muscles. That's it. That's the only thing they can do. They can't get toned. What usually is meant by tone is you reduce your body fat down and you increase your muscle up. So you can actually see your muscle and it's more defined. You can actually see the lines and stuff like that. That's what's meant by tone. But again, you're not really going to build muscle on most of these kind of cardio activities. It just doesn't stress the muscles as much as what a weight training program would. So, but hey ho, that's just me. Then people think sweat in the gym is kind of like a sign of hard work. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody sweats. But if it was a hot day, if you're wearing a lot of clothes, you're going to sweat. Nobody's saying you're working hard, you're just sitting there. So, and they think sweat burns fat. Like, because you're sweating, it's the fat oozing out of you. Not again. It's just water, salts and stuff like that. And soon, basically, so you're just losing water. So as soon as you put some water into you, you're rehydrating, and that weight that you might have lost goes back on quite quickly, you know. And so again, it's just it's a big kind of a myth, really, that you know, you're sweating the fat out. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't happen. Now, also people attribute soreness or pain, you know, no pain, no gain, to actual success in the gym as again. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, I'm quite like mainly always in pain, or like, you know, and have a bit of soreness in my muscles, but you know, it doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get making gains, especially from cardio. You know, it could be a build-up of lactic acid. You know, it could be under-eating or poor nutrition, so you haven't got enough proteins, fats, carbs in your diet to satisfy your body, so it's actually breaking down your muscles, which will cause pain. It could even be an injury. You know, there's loads of different things that could cause this pain. And to me, honestly, cardio doesn't necessarily do anything really for that way. What I do agree with, it does keep you fit. However, it keeps you fit, but cardiovascular fit. So, you know, you'll be able to run 3 miles now, or like 4 miles, whatever it is. But if you look at, like, you know, the Great North Run, or, you know, the London Marathon, no offense to any runners that, you know, that are watching this, but there's a lot of runners out there that are completing the mileage, and they look terrible. You know, they've got a big belly, you know, a lot of body fat on them, but they're cardiovascular fit, but they don't actually look fit. You know, there's a big difference. You know, there's being fit and looking fit. So just remember that. So, but what cardio does do, and I do believe that this does do that. You know, it increases appetite. Now, that's really good for anybody who's needing to get quite a bit of food in. If they're dieting or something like that, if they're not feeling that hungry, putting cardio in there is going to help them eat or want to eat. It's going to increase the urge for eating. It gives a good blood flow for the muscles. So after, say, you know, you're really sore, if you actually go and do a little bit of cardio, slow cardio, or even whatever cardio you fancy, it's going to provide blood into those muscles. It's going to drive blood into the muscles, which has got all the nutrients, and it's going to drive out all of the old stuff that's actually in there, maybe the lactic acids, toxins and stuff like that. It's going to flush all of that out, and it's going to give the muscles fresh blood, fresh nutrients. So it is good for that. It also increases your capacity to work in the gym. So say, for instance, you know, especially with big exercises such as squats, deadlifts, that tax your breathing, like you're breathing quite heavily, it's going to increase your capacity to work, because you'll be able to recover a lot quicker. You'll be able to, your lungs are a lot more used to intake of air. You know, your oxygen uptake is going to be a bit better as well. So you'll be able to recover between sets a lot easier, which will make or possibly increase your intensity and also weights that you're actually pushing. So it's a good thing for that. Also, if it's done smartly, added to your workout regime with weight training and stuff like that, you might actually aid fat loss. I'm not saying it always does, but you might. You know, it all depends on how smart you are with it. I would definitely follow a professional's advice with that. I would not go to somebody who doesn't know what they're doing with that. And it can mix it up for people. You know, people get bored with weights. You know, the monotonous of, like, you know, counting reps and stuff like that. If you go to a class once in a while, you know, a spin class, a body pump or something like that, you're in a group activity, you're in a group environment, you're going to meet new people, and it's going to be fun. You know, well, funnish. I don't know. I don't like, spin class is pretty heavy on me, so, but it will mix it up for you. But the long story short, I'd probably, like, for me personally, and why I think of cardio, you don't necessarily need it. But it does get you through certain plateaus if you've stopped losing body fat and stuff like that. You know, it's a tool to get you through those things. But as my mentor says right now, if you don't put it in your mouth, you don't have to run it off. So I'll end on that note. It's been Baxter here from GNC Newcastle. Have a nice day, guys. Take it easy.